Chosen one, understand this deeply. God's presence is not something that comes and goes. It is not a visitor in your life. It is the very foundation of your existence. Before you spoke your first word, before you took your first breath, the divine was already there, surrounding you with awareness, purpose, and care. Many people spend their lives searching for signs, waiting for a dramatic moment to confirm that God is near. But the truth is, quieter, steadier, and far more powerful God has never been distant from you, not even for a single moment. You may feel alone sometimes. You may sit in silence and wonder if anyone is listening, if your prayers are reaching beyond the ceiling. But what you feel is not always what is real. Emotions can be shaped by fear, pain, or confusion. Yet God's presence does not depend on your emotional state. Whether you feel strong or broken, hopeful or lost, the divine remains constant. Even in your darkest hour, when your thoughts are heavy and your path seems unclear, God is still present, still aware, still guiding in ways you may not yet understand. Consider how the air surrounds you. You do not see it, yet you depend on it for every breath. In the same way, God's presence is invisible but essential. You are sustained, protected, and guided by something greater than what your eyes can perceive. When you wake up each day, when your heart continues to beat without your command, when opportunities appear at unexpected times, these are not coincidences. They are reminders that you are held within a presence that never leaves. Chosen one, you do not need to chase God across distances or prove yourself worthy of attention. The connection is already established. What often creates the illusion of separation is distraction, the noise of the world, the weight of your worries, and the doubts that cloud your awareness. When your mind is overwhelmed, it becomes harder to recognize what has always been there. That is why stillness is powerful. In quiet reflection, when you pause and breathe, you begin to notice the subtle truth. You are not navigating life alone. There will be moments when life tests your faith in this closeness. Challenges may arise that make you question everything you believe. But even then, God's presence does not withdraw. In fact, it is often in those very moments that the divine is working most actively behind the scenes, strengthening you, shaping your character, and preparing you for what lies ahead. What feels like distance is sometimes a process of growth, where you are being guided to see beyond the surface. Remember this, chosen one, God is not waiting for you to find him in some distant place. The divine is already within your reach, closer than your thoughts, nearer than your next breath. When you speak, you are heard. When you feel, you are understood. When you struggle, you are supported. There is no condition that removes you from this presence. So instead of searching endlessly outward, begin to look inward. Slow down your thoughts, quiet your fears, and allow yourself to recognize what has always been true. You are surrounded by a constant, unshakable presence. You are seen in every moment, guided through every step, and loved beyond measure. Chosen one, God is with you now, always, and in ways deeper than you can fully comprehend. Chosen one, there will be times in your life when the silence feels overwhelming, when you speak, pray, hope, and wait, yet nothing seems to answer you. In those moments, it is easy to believe that you have been forgotten, that your voice has faded into emptiness. But understand this truth: silence is not the same as absence. Just because you do not hear a response does not mean no one is listening. Just because you do not see movement does not mean nothing is happening. Silence, in the divine sense, often carries a deeper purpose than immediate answers ever could. When everything is loud and obvious, there is little room for growth, reflection, or trust. But when things become quiet, when you are left with your thoughts and your faith, that is when something powerful begins to develop within you. You are being invited to strengthen your patience, to deepen your awareness, and to trust beyond what your senses can confirm. Think of a seed planted in the soil. After it is buried, there is no visible sign of life. From the outside, it looks as though nothing is happening. But beneath the surface, transformation is already underway. Roots are forming, strength is building, and life is preparing to emerge at the right time. If the process were rushed, the seed would not survive. In the same way, when your prayers are met with silence, it does not mean they are ignored. It means something is being prepared in a way that requires time, care, and precision. Chosen one, you are not being denied, you are being aligned. What you ask for may be coming together in ways you cannot yet see. There are circumstances, people, and moments being arranged beyond your current awareness. If every answer came instantly, you would miss the wisdom gained in the waiting. You would overlook the lessons that shape your strength and clarity. Silence then becomes a space where you are refined, where your intentions become clearer, and where your trust is tested and strengthened. It is also important to understand that not every answer arrives in the form you expect. Sometimes you are listening for a loud voice, a clear sign, or an undeniable confirmation, but the response comes differently. It may arrive as a shift in your perspective, a sudden sense of calm, or a quiet realization that guides your next step. If your expectations are too rigid, you might miss the subtle ways in which you are being answered. There will be moments when the waiting feels long, when your patience wears thin, and when doubt begins to whisper that nothing is changing. In those moments, remind yourself, silence is not rejection. It is not abandonment. It is often a sign that something meaningful is unfolding beyond your current view. Trust that what is meant for you is not being withheld without reason. Chosen one, your faith is not only built in moments of clear connection, it is strengthened in moments of uncertainty. When you continue to believe, even without immediate evidence, you create a deeper bond with the divine. You learn to trust not just what you can see, but what you know within your heart. So when silence surrounds you, do not rush to fill it with fear. Sit with it, learn from it. Allow it to teach you patience, awareness, and trust, because even in the quiet, you are being heard. Even in the stillness, you are being guided. Chosen one, the silence is not empty, it is full of unseen movement, preparing the path ahead for you. Chosen one, there is a truth you must come to accept, even if your past or your thoughts try to convince you otherwise. Your worth is not something you have to earn, it is something that has always been known. Long before you began measuring yourself against expectations, comparing your life to others, or questioning your value based on your mistakes, the divine already saw you fully and still chose you with intention. Many people move through life believing their worth depends on what they achieve, how they are perceived, or how perfectly they live. When they succeed, they feel valuable. When they fail, they feel diminished. But this way of thinking creates a fragile identity, one that rises and falls with circumstances. God does not see you through this unstable lens. Your worth is not tied to your performance, your productivity, or your perfection. It is rooted in your existence itself. You were created with purpose, not as an accident or an afterthought. Every detail of who you are, your strengths, your struggles, your voice, your perspective has meaning. Even the parts of yourself that you try to hide or fix are not unknown to God. There is nothing about you that surprises the divine, nothing that disqualifies you from being seen, valued, and loved. Chosen one, you may carry regret. You may look back on decisions you wish you could change, words you wish you had not spoken, or paths you wish you had not taken. These experiences can weigh heavily on your sense of self, making you feel unworthy of closeness, forgiveness, or purpose. But understand this clearly, your mistakes do not erase your value. They are part of your journey, not the definition of your identity. Growth is not possible without imperfection. The very fact that you reflect, that you feel, that you desire to become better, these are signs of life within you, signs that you are still evolving. God does not expect you to be flawless, rather, the divine understands your humanity completely. What matters is not that you have never fallen, but that you continue to rise, to learn, and to move forward with awareness. There is also a tendency to seek validation from others, to look for approval, recognition, or acceptance as proof of worth. While human connection is important, it is not a reliable measure of your true value. People see only fragments of who you are, often filtered through their own experiences and limitations. God, however, sees you in your entirety, your intentions, your efforts, your silent battles, and your unseen kindness. The worth that comes from this complete understanding is far deeper and more stable than anything external approval can provide. Chosen one, when you begin to accept that your worth is already established, something within you shifts. You no longer chase validation in the same way. You no longer allow every failure to define you. Instead, you begin to move with a sense of quiet confidence, not arrogance, but a grounded awareness that you matter, that your life has meaning, and that you are not overlooked. This understanding also changes how you approach your relationship with the divine. You stop approaching God from a place of fear or inadequacy, as if you must prove yourself worthy of attention. Instead, you begin to approach with honesty, openness, and trust. You recognize that you are already seen, already known, and already valued. So when doubt arises, and it will, remind yourself of this truth: your worth does not fluctuate with your circumstances. It does not disappear when you struggle. It does not increase only when you succeed. It remains constant because it was established by something far greater than temporary conditions. Chosen one, you are not defined by your lowest moments, nor limited by your past. You are known, valued, and created with purpose. Accepting this truth is not pride, it is alignment with what has always been real. Chosen one of the greatest misunderstandings about divine guidance is the belief that it must always be obvious, dramatic, or impossible to miss. Many people expect clear signs, something loud, undeniable, and immediate. They wait for a voice to call out, a sudden miracle to appear, or a moment so powerful that it removes all doubt. But more often than not, guidance does not arrive in that way. It comes quietly, gently, and with a subtlety that requires your awareness to recognize it. Think about how easily quiet things are overlooked in a noisy world. When your mind is filled with constant thoughts, distractions, and worries, even the most meaningful insight can pass by unnoticed. That is why learning to slow down and pay attention is so important. Divine guidance often reveals itself in the small details, a thought that keeps returning, a feeling that nudges you in a certain direction, or an unexpected moment of clarity when you least expect it. Chosen one, have you ever felt a quiet pull toward or away from something without fully understanding why? That inner sense, calm yet persistent, is often a form of guidance. It may not come with explanations or guarantees, but it carries a certain clarity when you truly listen. At times, it will guide you away from situations that seem appealing on the surface, but are not right for you. At other times, it will encourage you to take a step forward, even when you feel uncertain or afraid. It is important to understand that guidance does not always align with comfort. Sometimes, the direction you are led toward challenges you. It asks you to grow, to leave familiar patterns, or to trust in something you cannot yet see. This can feel unsettling, and your first instinct may be to resist. But subtle guidance often works this way. It does not force you, it invites you. It gives you the freedom to choose, while quietly pointing you toward what is meant for your growth. Another way guidance appears is through timing. Opportunities may come into your life at just the right moment when you are ready to receive them, even if you did not realize it beforehand. Likewise, certain doors may close, leaving you confused or disappointed. But what feels like a setback can be a form of protection, redirecting you away from paths that would not have served you well. These shifts are not random, they are part of a larger flow that you may only understand in hindsight. Chosen one, the challenge is not that guidance is absent, it is that it requires your attention. If you are always rushing, always seeking immediate answers, then you are a seeker of truth. Or always expecting clarity to arrive in a specific form, you may miss what is already being offered. Guidance asks for patience, awareness, and a willingness to trust the process even when every detail is not yet clear. There will be moments when you question whether what you feel is truly guidance or simply your own thoughts. This uncertainty is natural. Over time, as you become more attuned to yourself, you will begin to notice the difference. True guidance often carries a sense of calm clarity, even if the path ahead is uncertain. It does not pressure or overwhelm, it gently persists. So, chosen one, begin to listen more carefully. Notice the patterns, the repeated thoughts, the quiet feelings that guide your decisions. Do not dismiss them simply because they are not loud or dramatic. The most meaningful direction in your life may come in the softest ways. You are being guided, even now, in ways you may not fully recognize. Trust the subtle signals, honor the quiet nudges, and allow yourself to move forward with awareness. Chosen one, not all guidance shouts, some of it whispers, and those whispers can change the course of your life. Chosen one, there is a powerful truth that often goes unnoticed. It is not that blessings, guidance, or love are absent from your life. It is that, at times, your heart may not be fully open to receive them. The connection between you and the divine has never been broken, but your ability to feel, recognize, and accept what is being given can be affected by fear, doubt, and past experiences. Many people carry invisible barriers within themselves. These barriers are built slowly through disappointment, betrayal, unanswered expectations, and moments of pain that leave a lasting mark. Over time, without even realizing it, the heart begins to close. Not completely, but enough to limit what can enter. You may still hope, still pray, still seek, but part of you hesitates to truly receive, because receiving requires vulnerability. It requires trust. Chosen one, to open your heart does not mean ignoring your past or pretending pain never happened. It means acknowledging what you have been through, while choosing not to let it define your future. A closed heart often tries to protect you from further hurt, but it also prevents you from experiencing the fullness of love, peace, and guidance that is available to you. Protection can become a limitation if it is held too tightly. Fear is one of the strongest forces that keeps the heart guarded. Fear of being disappointed again. Fear that things will not work out. Fear that you are not ready or not deserving. These fears can quietly shape your decisions, causing you to hold back even when opportunities for growth and connection are present. But understand this: what is meant for you cannot fully reach you if you are unwilling to receive it. Receiving is not passive, it is an active state of openness. It means allowing yourself to accept help, to embrace new beginnings, to trust that something good can enter your life without needing to control every outcome. This does not mean abandoning wisdom or discernment. It means releasing the constant resistance that blocks what is already trying to reach you. Chosen one, opening your heart also means letting go of the belief that you must carry everything on your own. There is strength in independence, but there is also strength in surrender. Surrender not as weakness, but as trust. When you allow yourself to receive, you acknowledge that you are part of something greater, something that supports you beyond your own efforts. There will be moments when opening your heart feels uncomfortable. You may feel exposed, uncertain, or even afraid. This is natural. Growth often requires stepping beyond what feels safe and familiar. But with each step you take toward openness, you expand your capacity to experience life more fully. You begin to notice the ways in which love, guidance, and opportunities have been present all along. Gratitude can help you in this process. When you focus on what is already present in your life, even the small things, you begin to shift your awareness from lack to abundance. This shift naturally opens your heart, making it easier to receive more. It is not about forcing positivity, but about recognizing that there is always something to appreciate, even in difficult times. Chosen one, the divine does not withhold out of distance. The flow is constant, but you must be willing to meet it halfway. You must be willing to release what closes you off and embrace what opens you up. So take a moment to reflect. Where have you been holding back? Where has fear made you close yourself off from receiving what could help you grow, heal, or move forward? Awareness is the first step. From there, you can begin to soften those barriers, little by little. You are meant to receive, not just struggle, not just endure, but truly receive. Love, clarity, peace, and purpose are not beyond your reach. They are already moving toward you. Chosen one, open your heart, not all at once, but enough to let the light in.